Fans around the world, thank you for joining me once again here on Talkin Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. And it seems like we've got a couple of decent stories lined up for you. First one coming out of Japan. The series called Prizefighter is back, heading to Japan with a world-class $1 million international middleweight tournament. It begins on March 31st at the Nagoya Congress Center in Nagoya, Japan. That's going to be shown live, courtesy of DAZN, excluding Asia. Go figure, because it'll be available on Abima, apparently, in Japan. The first round of the tournament will witness 4 bouts over 10 rounds with a $100,000 knockout bonus split between the fighters who successfully stop their opponents. As the tournament progresses, the latter bouts will be 12-rounders. The draw for the first night was presented to us at a press conference yesterday in Tokyo. It's going to feature, help me out here, Raiku Kinemota going up against Aikai Kani, Mark Dickinson going up against Anuel Nagamisengui, Aaron McKenna toe-to-toe against Giovanni Estella, and Kieran Conway versus Aniwayar Yiksati. Sorry for the mispronunciation. I try my best, sir. The overall winning fighter will pocket a whopping $1 million. The tournament is being presented by Matchroom in partnership with Rakuten Ticket and Never Say Never. That's NSN. Familiar with that company. All right, good stuff out of Japan. All right, there's a forthcoming documentary titled Trilogy. It's going to tell the tale of the epic Barrera versus Morales wars. The interesting thing about this is there were some interesting comments at the press conference for it as well. Earlier this week, Mexican boxing legends, former fiercer than fierce rivals Marco Barrera and Eric Morales attended a press conference to present a forthcoming 3-part documentary entitled The Trilogy. The 3 45-minute episodes, directed by filmmaker and avid boxing fan Christian Cavazos, will give fans a whole new look at the 3 epic wars Barrera and Morales engaged between the years 2000 and 2004, with new and previously unseen inside stories to be told. Director and producer Cavazos said at the media gathering that he had long since dreamed of being able to tell the story from all perspectives, but also knowing the inside stories. We've seen many, as you all know, many boxing documentaries produced over the years, and some have been superb, others not so good. This one has a look of one to get excited about. The 3-parter made by a passionate fight fan. This with full approval and the help of both great champions. Barrera said at the conference, in fact, how he feels that the 3 fights he and Morales engaged in remain in the minds of the fans. This they do, and perhaps always will. Morales and Barrera are also proud of the fact that each of the 3 fights they had took place at different weight classes: super bantam, feather, and super featherweight. Wow. Both legends made it clear that they will not be engaging in an exhibition bout with one another. This trend of big-name boxing exhibitions, not one either is great, keen to be part of, although Barrera did box an exhibition with Ricky Hatton very recently. So as of right now, the documentary does not have a platform, but all concerned insist the 3-parter will reach all homes. The official premiere will take place sometime this summer. The new documentary promises to have untold stories with boxing figures who were involved in various capacities, giving fans exclusive inside stuff from behind the scenes. Here we go. Something to look forward to. I'm sure that'll be on Netflix or maybe one of the other fight networks. So have a look here at, good old Keith Thurman and TimTszyu up in arms. They squared off at another press conference. It's been a long time, according to the BoxingInsider.com. Sean Croce, he's writing, it's been a long time since Keith Thurman's been in the boxing ring. We mentioned that the other day. Then again, the one-time WBA welterweight champ doesn't box all that frequent as a general rule. Indeed, the Floridian has only fought 3 times in the last 5 years. Although he's faced his share of big names, the last fight of true note Thurman battled was Manny Pacquiao, and that was back in 2019. Thurman's nothing if not must-see TV. When he decides to fight, people take notice. And now he's decided to fight WBO junior middleweight king TimTszyu March 30th in Las Vegas. Although Tszyu's title won't be on the line, the scheduled 12-rounder is going to headline a pay-per-view event, which will also feature WBA junior welterweight titleist Rolly Romero taking on fellow warrior Isaac Cruz. Should the 30-1 Thurman remain the man he used to be, his battle with the undefeated Tszyu, 24-0 by the way, should indeed be fascinating. Thurman's only loss was to the great Manny Pacquiao after all, and aside from being knocked down by Pacquiao early on, Thurman put on quite a show that night on his own right. Yes, he lost, but he lost by split decision after fighting impressively. Should Thurman be rusty in this match, and he should be missing a step or two, otherwise showing his age, he might find himself in real trouble. For Tszyu, some of the famous Kostya Tszyu, this has thus far had a dynamic career himself. While he hasn't been able to get in the ring for much anticipated fight with Jermell Charlo, Tszyu now has a kind of legitimate, high-profile bout he's been waiting for. And at this press conference to kick things off in LA on Tuesday, earlier this week, each fighter appeared to be the picture of confidence. Thurman was jovial and boisterous, while Tszyu seemed unintimidated. They don't call him the pit bull, but I want him to get tail tucked, head down, back into his daddy in Australia, Thurman joked. You bring that energy, man. Tszyu told him, I want that energy coming into the ring because when I do, and mark my words, I will knock you out in under 12 rounds. Thurman was quick to retort, you could try, man, but you're going to get more than energy. You're going to get these hands, baby, all up in your face. Good stuff. All right, let's move along to England. Where's more good stuff coming out of the mouth this time of John Fury? So, as we know, Ngannou shocked, quite frankly, the boxing world when he took on Tyson Fury last October, losing a split decision. But he did drop along the way the Gypsy King. So Fury's dad, John, doesn't foresee the fight coming to fruition, Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua, saying to the media when asked about his son throwing down with AJ later on, well, I think he's got to get past Ngannou first, if that takes place, because I'm not sure it will. John believes that Joshua is playing with fire facing Ngannou when a historic battle of Britain with Tyson is once again within touching distance. Be good to see, but anyway, let's see if Joshua can in fact get past Ngannou. We all think it'll happen, but anyway, John continues. It's a mad move. I know he's getting well paid for it, but there's a bigger payday down the road with him, being AJ and Tyson. When Tyson beats Usyk in a minute, that will have been the biggest fight of the century. Should the fight go ahead, and John believes the former UFC heavyweight champ Ngannou will give Joshua a real run for his money. He said of the Cameroonian, Ngannou is capable of knocking any heavyweight out in the world today. He's shown it against Tyson that he's a danger for anybody. And let's have a quick look at Joshua Buatsi taking on Dan Aziz in an all-British light heavyweight clash taking place at the OVO Arena, Wembley, this upcoming weekend. Buatsi and Aziz are ranked respectively number 1 and number 2 with the WBA. The winner of their bout will remain the leading contender in the division to challenge for world honors. They've shared history as sparring partners, and their former friendship has developed into an intense rivalry, especially after the bout had to be postponed last year when Aziz suffered a back injury. Sky Sports Arena will broadcast the Wembley Bill from 7 p.m. That'd be UK time on Saturday. Earlier in the evening, there'll be a free to watch stream live on Sky Sports website, starting off at 6:15 UK time, showcasing promising prospect Francesca Hennessy against Argentina's Lauren Valdebenito. Good stuff. Oh, interesting. Comebacking heavyweight, Jamie TKV, one of my course favorites here on Talkin' Fight. He's going to take on Ukraine's Konstantin Dovbyshchenko, who's no stranger to causing an upset. So let's take care of this one. That's all right. Let's have a quick look here. Caroline Dubois. Oh, right. Lightweight contender Caroline Dubois will be on after that against America's Miranda Reyes. That's going to be a good fight as well. I mentioned that. And then, as I've been mentioning since the Olympics a couple of years ago, rising light heavyweight Ben Whittaker will fight the durable Khalid Gradia. After boxing in Manchester and Wolverhampton, Adam Azim returns to Wembley to make his first defense of his European super lightweight title. The outrageously talented 21-year-old will box Enoch Poulsen, an unbeaten Dane who used to hold this European Championship title before, and they'll be the last fight before the main event. And Joshua Buatsi and Dan Aziz can be expected to take place again UK time around 10 o'clock. All right, speaking of UK, let's talk about Daniel Dubois. 2023 saw the man get his career back on track with a big win, and now he's been ordered to fight for a European title. Dubois is just 26 years old, but has already seen plenty of highs and lows in his career. The big puncher started out with wins against the likes of Nathan Gorman and Kevin Johnson before being put in with a vastly more experienced Joe Joyce back in 2020. We all remember how that turned out for him. That contest proved a step too far at that particular time and ended with him allowing himself to be counted out on one knee owing to a badly damaged orbital socket that Joyce had targeted throughout the fight with stiff jabs. In his comeback fight, he struggled with a knee injury that saw him fell 3 times in the first round before eventually rallying to stop Kevin Lerena in the third round. In August last year, he took on unified heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk and was stopped in the 9th round after putting up a valiant showing early in the fight. His breakout win came at the end of last year on the Day of Reckoning card in Saudi Arabia against controversial figure Jarrell Miller, who I thought would have entered that ring looking a little fitter, but otherwise he didn't. Anyway, after absorbing some early pressure from Big Baby, Dubois made his own work show and eventually got on top of Miller and stopped him in the dying seconds of the 10th and final round, just weeks after being warned his career could be over had he not won. And so in a post on X, formerly Twitter, it's been revealed who he might fight next. The EBU have now officially ordered Daniel Dubois versus Riyad Merhi for the vacant European heavyweight title. Purse bids February 13th. Merhi, by the way, is 31-year-old Ivorian Coast-born Belgian who has previously held the WBA regular cruiserweight title, and in December he secured his best win, a split decision over Olympian Tony Yoka, while he lost on points to Kevin Lerena in May of last year. So this represents a good chance for Dubois to win a legitimate title on his way to world honors, and let's see if he can pull it off this time. All right, boxing fans, thanks for joining me here on Talkin' Fight. Appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you later on. Let's see, when will you see me? Tomorrow, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you.